Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and here to talk about one of PC Gamers' favorite things in the world, and that is DRM, anti-piracy DRM. I know you guys love your Denuvo. I know you guys are just like, oh my god, I need every game to have this anti-piracy DRM. Please prevent me from pirating these games. But yeah, obviously I joke, but we have an interesting tale to go over here. On one end, we have a developer and a publisher going back on having DRM, anti-piracy DRM and Denuvo in their game, and on the other end, we have another publisher doing something that I would deem to be a little egregious, and that is adding Denuvo right ahead of the game's release, well after pre-orders have been live and after the reviews actually got posted for said game. So let's talk about the negative. Let's talk about this news story that's making the rounds right now, and that is NeoWiz adding Denuvo support to Lies of P 3 days before release. Now, I don't want to hate on the developers at all. Usually, anti-piracy DRM, that's a publisher side of things. The publisher is the one that is primarily thinking about how do we make the biggest return on our investment on a game, and that's their goal. I get that. But you have to remember that, you know, sometimes I feel like stories like this break and then people just attack random developers, developers that have nothing to say about specifics like this, and they're just working on creating the best game possible. And when they get told, yo, you have to implement DRM, you have to implement Denuvo, they have no choice in the matter. But as noted on DSO Gaming, Lies of P is one of the most anticipated Souls-like games of 2023, and I would say that is absolutely the case, especially after the stellar reviews of the game were posted. The game released on September the 18th. However, if you did pre-order, if you bought the deluxe edition, I believe the game is live right now, so you can start playing it literally right now, and it appears that NeoWiz has listed the Denuvo anti-tamper tech on its Steam store page 3 days before release. This is right before the early access goes live. As of, this got posted yesterday. I believe early access goes live today. I think it was 48 hours of early access. Don't quote me on that. It might be 72. As we can clearly see, the game's Steam DB history, NeoWiz added Denuvo to its page earlier today. Lies of P has been available for pre-order for a while, meaning that NeoWiz has deceived its fans by not including it from the get-go. DSO Gaming also did receive a review copy of the game. They noted we've received for Lies of P is also protected by Denuvo. The executable file is around 500 megabytes inside, which is a clear indicator of Denuvo's presence. This means that their benchmarks will reflect what you'll be getting on launch day, but the fact they didn't have clarity on this right out the gate, really, really disappointing. NeoWiz is not this publisher that is a revered publisher. They're an online games publisher in South Korea with its own portal, publishing and servicing 41 games of a variety of genres from sport to web and board games, and they focus on a lot of mobile titles, so just keep in mind, Lies of P, while it is a surprise, real big success, this game, I don't think anybody expected, or I don't think a lot of people expected it to be as good as it was, but the game was done by a relatively unknown studio in Round 8 Studio, and they did a killer job with the game, so good on them. They also did work on Bless Unleashed, so credit to them for that. But Lies of P turned out really well. I believe it's sitting on an 83 on Metacritic. It's getting really, really solid reviews. I've heard some gripes here and there, but this might be a game that a lot of people want to check out. The PC performance and analysis of Lies of P, those are set to go live this weekend, and it is powered by Unreal Engine 4. But the Denuvo being added right before the release of the game, when they had it in their head that it was going to be added, that's really lame. I don't know how much anti-piracy DRM truly affects the sales of the game. I don't think it affects the sales of the game positively. I'll be upfront with that. I don't know if it affects the sales of a game negatively either all too much. I would just prefer to have direct clarity in terms of, a game having anti-piracy DRM or not, having Denuvo or not. And in this case, I've always been of the mindset that, look, anti-piracy DRM, it really doesn't accomplish a lot. If a game is good, I'm telling you guys, if a game is good, people are gonna want to buy it. They're gonna want to have it in their library. That has just been the case year after year, game after game. We see these games come out, and if they are good, they sell. Baldur's Gate 3, Witcher 3, I can go on and on. When a game is good, it will sell. I feel like this idea of blaming piracy is such a big crutch in gaming. Look, all of my friends know how to pirate games. I know how to pirate games, but we all buy our games when we want to own those games. And if we, buy a game that we don't like, yeah, we'll refund it every now and again, but we won't go out after that pirating the game. Like, even... I'll give you guys an example. Even my one friend that is in absolute financial turmoil right now, like, he's in a bad place financially, he doesn't pirate games just because he doesn't care enough, and he's just like, you know what, when I have the money to buy the games I want, he buys a couple games a year, and, that's it. He doesn't pirate any games. He full well knows how to. The man is a grown adult, and pirating games is not that difficult. He knows how to do it, but he just doesn't. And I think that's the reality for most people that even don't have disposable income willy-nilly all the time. It's just like, you're not going to pirate the game. And guess what? If they don't have disposable income all the time, they weren't going to buy the game anyway. Adding the anti-piracy DRM just hinders the experience of the people that are giving you their hard-earned money, and the people that don't have the disposable income, and if they say pirate the game, they weren't gonna buy the game anyway, so you're accomplishing nothing by adding this. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, anti-piracy DRM, I feel like, never accomplishes anything. It's just something that, there are a set number of specific publishers that employ it, and I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they have better market research than I do, but, like, from every angle, the only thing I can think of is it's a net negative, because you do get the negative PR, and you are hindering the people that do care. And why not, build some goodwill, build some trust with your audience, and not implement this, or, in the case of Payday 3, which we'll get to in a second, implement it and then pull it and get some goodwill before the release of the game. That's a lot of goodwill ahead of the release of the game of Payday 3, as Payday 3 put out a tweet yesterday. Hello, heisters, we want to inform you that Denuvo is no longer in Payday 3. We look forward to seeing you in New York City. Happy heisting. And by the way, this tweet on Payday 3's Twitter account, 20,300 likes, 1.4 million views. Think about all of that free promotion that they just got. Bruh, if I was a developer right now, I'd look at that and I'd be like, yo, maybe we just put Denuvo in our game, and then 3 days before release, we just pull it so we get some positive PR ahead of the release. I'm hoping that's not the case, and that doesn't happen, but looking at the traction this tweet got, I'm like, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. But, yeah, I just think, slyly adding it 72 hours before release, or right before release, whatever the case may be, if you want to go buy the early access or not, which that in itself, like, bruh, you gotta do early access, the early access gimmick, the quote-unquote early access gimmick, and then you're gonna pull this nonsense as well. Come on, man, like, come on, just do the early access gimmick, make your money. The game's being reviewed well. You don't have to do this. I just think this is a net negative for the game overall. But let me know what you guys think. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll stop rambling. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.